Now that timesheet access has been provided to our users, let's establish access to expense reports. Step 2B, establishing expense report access. Similar to setting up our users with timesheets, we're going to navigate to two key menus for establishing expense access, both of which are also located under Accounting, Personnel. Time and expense users is where we will decide which users receive expense reports in the system. Expense authorizations by person is where we will determine which accounts and tasks our users can record against on their expense reports. In the time and expense grid, there is only one column we need to focus on. Check the expense column to activate expense reporting for your users. At this point, expense report access has been established. Now, let's determine which accounts and tasks should be used by our employees. Similar to setting up charge codes for timesheets, you can copy account and task information from existing users by selecting the Copy From button in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. You can also insert rows of account and task information one by one as needed. The essential columns for each row are broken down as follows. Account is the type of expense that will be recorded by the users. Typically, direct travel is used if your people are traveling and claiming lodging, mileage, and per diem for a specific contract. However, indirect accounts can also be provided if you are reimbursing users for other expenses such as mobile phone bills or business meetings. Task is required if the type of expense selected is direct. This will tie any expenses incurred to the specific contract worked. Selecting the active checkbox will activate the row. Reference and item are rarely used by our clients. If you think you may need to implement one, check with your PROCAS consultant first. At this point, expense reports are ready to be used once imported via the T&E admin menu as demonstrated in the time access video. However, one last menu I'd like to point out in regards to troubleshooting is called Expense Type Accounts, which is found under Setup, Time and Expense. This menu should be looked at if an employee is having a hard time locating an account provided to them. This screen is sorted by the general term that employees search to locate expense accounts. If an employee cannot locate an account, make sure it is listed below the code they are searching on the screen. Once added and imported, it will be available on their pick list. This issue happens most when a new account is added to the chart of accounts provided for expense authorizations, but not added to this screen. This last item wraps up expense report access and chargeable accounts. If this is all you are providing to your end users, you can skip ahead in the video series to the last step, inviting users to the system. If you are also providing management reporting and accounting access, continue along in the series.